streaming momentarily. Oh, okay, now, of course, now the chat window decides to show up. It's gigantic. Hello. It says we're streaming. Yep, there we go. Now it's starting. Alrighty, so. I'm gonna have to change the size of that chat box. Just a little.
It's enormous.
That's what she said.
Well, that's because she was half the size of you.
Oh. Necro, you tell us when you see us.
Nothing yet.
Oh, somebody typed something, and I cannot read it.
There we go.
Alrighty, so.
So yeah, I'm in here now.
You are, oh, okay, so good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, and thank you for joining us once again, the Modern Source of Gaming. I'm KaijuK, and with me here is Roadblock Bon.
Yo.
Necro Nick.
Hello.
We want to welcome you all to another episode. This time around, we're going to be doing something a little different. We're going to be talking about the bad guys.
Poor Override said you are.
I guess she saw us on before you did.
Ah, okay.
So tonight.
Hi, Ren.
Is she cool with you using her real name?
Yeah.
Okay, I just make sure, man. I don't want people to get upset. Trust me, people
she's
get
literally
upset.
a part of Handyman Studios.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can see all. Yeah.
Stream is a bit stuttering, just a little every now and then. It's very minor.
Yeah, we have shitty internet.
Yeah, we're trying to fix it. Well, actually, Necro's got to be the one to fix it, sadly. Because unfortunately, I can't touch the internet because it's not in my name.
Oh, yeah.
Hi.
Oh, I guess hi.
Okay, well, hey,
Yep.
I just want to make sure. I don't want to get anybody angry or in trouble. That's just me. I'm an idiot like that. She's like, yes, my Facebook is totally public now, or too. Alright, so tonight we're doing the it cleared up. Cool. So tonight we'll be talking about our favorite villains of all time. Now, what makes a villain is different from each person. Some people think a villain is someone who's just an evil, manipulative prick who goes off on a whirlwind adventure of causing misery and pain. And others think they're more sophisticated. They like more of a behind-the-scenes kind of villain. And sometimes a villain can be right in front of you the whole time and you never knew it was them. With that being said, of course, I have Necro here and I also have Roadblock. We've done a little bit of background checking and, oh, well, no problem. Hey, we gotta be alright with everybody. That's why I try not to use real names as much as possible. In fact, Necro will say it himself. There's times where we'll be at the store and I'll accidentally call him Necro.
Yep.
Just hear screaming downstairs, "Yo, Kaiju, what's up?" So, let's start off this list with a simple one. One that I think is a very good villain, and I think some people might find it, as long as you've been in the anime scene a lot. His name is Buggy the Clown.
Buggy!
Buggy the Clown from One Piece. What brings me to saying Buggy is a good villain, now once again, he fails all the time, but you kind of root for him. He's kind of like the underdog pirate. I mean, he's deadly in his own right, but he's a buffoon, you know. Unless he's actually helping someone, he's a screw up.
Yeah. Especially when you follow his arc, and then you find out what actually happens to him because he happens to be in the right place at the right time.
Yeah. You know, and another thing I really like about Buggy is
Captain Buggy, he really does care for us all.
I was gonna say,
he's like, I'm out.
Unlike other villains that will be featured on this list, Buggy really does truly care for his own people, and is willing to stick his neck out just to save them. I'm not saying he's a good guy about it, because he has no problem mistreating them afterwards. But if you screw with a member of his pirate crew, Buggy's gonna kill you. Or Buggy's gonna make your life horrible. And who can forget all the clown puns he constantly uses?
Oh, yeah.
I like that in Pirate Warrior 3, like the way you run is that he transforms into the little car and he's able to. I love his gum. I love his devil fruit power.
Oh, the chop fruit.
The chop fruit.
Chop hurricane.
It's a lot more useful than people give it credit for.
Well, look at it.
Without a doubt.
He has somehow he has the ability to fly. No one answers the question why everything but his feet can't fly. But if he cuts his feet off, every other part of him can fly. As long as his feet are touching the ground, Buggy can stay airborne.
Yeah.
It's like, that's kind of creepy if you think about it. He's a devil fruit user that doesn't have to worry about water because he can literally just fly over it as long as his feet are on the ground.
He can like take off a piece of his ear, you know.
Like just throw it and then he can hear you and you don't even know it's there.
It's like one of those characters that you know you come to appreciate in like animes like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, where they have like this very humanizing quirk about them, you know, and then you realize that, oh shit, if this person was actually intelligent, their power might be dangerous.
Well, that's the other thing. I'm always rooting for him. He's a villain, you know he's gonna fail. Everything he does, you know he's gonna fail.
I think he becomes one of the 7 warlords, does he?
Eventually, I think he does. Yeah.
Like at the end of the time skip.
Those are the real villains. LOL. Shoulders. Creepy buggers.
I won't lie. Clowns are a bit of creepy. Ever since I saw Killer Clowns from Outer Space, I'm a little touch and dry about them.
I don't know. Clowns never scared me.
Well, you know, they also don't see them in a lot of like movies. Like, oh, you got him in Stephen King's It, but that's not what he really is.
No.
And then you have him in what? That's about it. You know.
Tim Curry can make anything seem creepy.
Well, Tim Curry can also make anything hilarious.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, they float.
JJBA, yeah, hell. So, that's my choice for one of my favorite villains. And like I said, I just like him because, you know, he is a villain. He lets you know he's a bad guy. But he's only a bad guy to the people that aren't close to him. He's family with the rest of his crew. He's friends with the rest of the crew. And unlike the other pirate lords that you meet, he's very honest when it comes to the money, too. You know, everyone gets their share.
Yeah.
He doesn't like, that's 1 for me, 1 for you, 10 for me, 1 for you. He's like, no, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. We're even. Move. Get out of here. Go get drunk and come back to the ship. I swear to God, if you're missing, though, I'm going to be so upset with you.
Yep.
It's Buggy. That's what I love about him. You know, he's the kind of character that you're like, I know you're going to fail, Buggy. You're like Rita Repulsa. I know you're going to fail, but you know what? You're going to try your hardest, and that's all that matters.
I love him.
Okay? You want to throw a villain in there, Roadblock?
All right. Speaking of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, all right, since we were talking.
The chat is lagged.
By about 2 minutes. Ugh, I don't know how to fix that. I don't know how to fix that.
Oh, the one on the actual thing.
Oh, is everything all right?
On the actual screen she's talking about.
Oh.
Like on the video.
Well, let me see if I can fix that. Keep talking. Keep talking.
All right. Well, let's go to an obvious one. All right. What do you think about Yoshikage Kira?
He's an okay villain. You might have to explain it to Nick, though.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not familiar with JoJo?
No, he doesn't watch JoJo. He hasn't seen it yet.
Okay. Yoshikage Kira, he's one of these guys that is just like, his whole entire thing, he wants to live a normal life. So he keeps like this low profile so that he can go around and, you know, fulfill this like, this quirk that he has where it's just like, he like destroys these beautiful women that have like ugly souls.
It's me, Dio Brando!
Dio was the obvious one. I wanted to go. I wanted to say.
Dio! What?
Alright. You got a guy who literally hunts young women down, alright, just to mess with their hands. He carries it around with him. In fact, the very first episode you see of him, he takes this dead person's hand out of his bag and he starts touching the sandwich with it. And then as soon as the finger punctures the package, he like gets the sauce on it. He starts licking the sauce right off the dead hand.
He's pretty wrong in the head.
Yeah, I'll give that
and not to mention that, like, look, as soon as you get on it, if you so much as threaten his like normal life security or whatever, he will hunt you the fuck down and he will kill you. He'll kill
he
your.
doesn't have a normal life.
Well, he does, as long as you don't notice the fact that people are missing their hands.
But that's the thing. He doesn't.
He'll kill you. He'll kill your family.
Yeah.
He'll kill your dog. He'll kill your
The
mail
whole
carrier.
reason why he messes with the main cast is because he's scared to death that they're gonna expose him, you know, and they're gonna ruin his normal life. So he literally goes out of his way.
Totally obvious, she
I
says.
said that. Or just ignore me. And see
Well, I'm sorry, man. You got to speak up.
What happened?
I said that and he completely ignored me up there.
I thought you were saying totally obvious at what he was doing.
Nope.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah, you were kind of in mid-conversation. You gotta be like, she said. You know, we didn't hear that part.
I don't want to make it seem like that. I'm trying to, that's my job back here to tell you what people are saying, man.
All right, well then, make sure you say, hey, such and such said this.
But yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty creepy. And as far as villains go, I mean, he's not horrible.
He's not a horrible person, okay?
I mean, compared to some of the other villains in that series.
But he is extremely dangerous, like, not only in, like, personality and how, like, tenacious he can be in chasing victims, but it's just in his power alone. Like, literally, I can touch you, and I can turn you or any object into a bomb and completely
blow
disintegrate every trace of you.
Yeah. Okay, Necro, throw a villain at us.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Sephiroth / Genova.
Ah, frickin' Sephiroth. Sephiroth, fuck him. All right?
Hey,
Seriously, Sephiroth is such a pansy villain.
he is a pansy villain, but...
Hey, I got mom issues, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna destroy the world.
Yeah, basically.
Well, that's why I threw Genova out there, because she's technically the main cause of it.
He...
Well, technically, she's not alive.
Well, no.
Technically, she's just a corpse and cells.
As
But she's still the main cause.
You know what? That's the Bates Motel shit right there. That's Bates Motel shit right
pardon
there.
me.
Sephiroth's running around dressed up like Genova.
My favorite part out of disc 1 with Barrett. Barrett looks in the chamber. Where the motherfucking head?
Where the motherfucking head at? You don't want to know where Sephiroth has the head or what he's doing with it. You just know he has it.
It's always on his cock.
It doesn't hurt the fact that you find out later on that Sephiroth wasn't actually one of Genova's kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's even better. He's Vincent's kid. Vincent and what's her name had a plow session.
Well, didn't, like, I thought it was Hojo. Like, didn't Hojo, like, inject?
No, he made sure she was fertile enough and injected her with some of the cells of Genova, but it was into the child that was from Vincent and her.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, she was already pregnant when it happened. He just injected the child with the Genova cells. Fuck Sephi. It's totally super emo. Worse than Squall. Oh!
Without a
Oh!
doubt.
I would say
Oh,
Squall is worse
yeah.
because not only is he, like, super emo, but he's, like, completely, like, stubbornly retarded.
Not to mention, how many belts does one man need to wear?
Like, you see all this shit going on that you obviously know that there's a conspiracy behind it. Oh, I don't care. I just want to be a mercenary. That's it.
Makes you wonder how
Even
many
Irvine
belts
calls
he
him out
owns.
on it. It's just like...
Irving
dude,
calls him a piece of shit on some occasions, so I mean...
he tells them, like, right when they're about to walk from the manor to see where they're planning the assassination, he just goes, dude, so, like, you're just going to live your entire life just taking orders because that's easy? And then Skull's just like, in his inner monologue, what do you want from me?
you hear the hamster trip over its own feet.
Like, what do you want from me? That's all I know how to live.
Alright, but continue with your Sephi. Why is Sephi such a bad villain?
Well, I think it's because he has mommy issues. That's the reason why.
We're gonna see the Bates Motel on his list later, aren't we?
No. It's the fact of, like,
You're just mad that he killed Aerith, aren't you?
well, definitely, except if you play the Japanese version,
Yeah, true.
which I have played both.
It's pretty cool,
Yeah,
though.
you got me on the Squall aspect.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but Squall was one of the worst characters from Final Fantasy VII next to Lightning. Who is by far the worst character to ever exist.
But he definitely gave you a challenge throughout the game and had...
Well, he's one of those villains like Kefka. He doesn't really fight you until the end.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Other than that, he's just basically spitting on you.
But, I mean...
He leaves...
It's more like a cat and mouse game when you think about it.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean-
it's just him just going, haha, I was here.
Yeah. But you know what? I see where you go with it. I
It was
mean,
a great storyline that he played throughout the whole thing.
Mhm.
He played a great villain.
Necro's just mad because he mistook him for a girl the first time.
No. Actually, I knew it wasn't a girl.
Actually, until I saw Sephiroth's chest, I thought Sephiroth was a girl.
Yeah, it's
So I'll be honest with you.
he got smaller boobs than Rosetta.
Whoa! 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 Live stream, bro! Live stream! You can't delete this!
She ain't gonna see. She ain't gonna see.
No, she watches the live streams.
Sometimes.
Oh, well.
She watches them when Brandon's on them.
Wait, what?
In all fairness, Sephi is pretty twisted. Kefka, totally in the top 5 villains.
Oh, well.
Oh, yeah.
Without
Oh, Kefka's a creepy clown, too. He fits the category everywhere. He's got magic, he's crazy, and he's a fucking clown.
Yeah, when you're...
He's Joker if he's fallen in Infinity Stone.
I actually have another one to throw out if you want.
Well, on your next turn.
Just in case you... Well, I didn't... I thought you said Kefka, so that's why...
No, she's talking about Kefka.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I was going to bring Kefka in later on the list, but hell, why not?
Yeah,
we'll throw Kefka in here. Now, Kefka is twisted. Kefka is one of the most twisted villains you can think of. Because to him, he doesn't have a mom complex. He has a god complex.
Yeah, he wants to be God.
He is way worse. He poisons an entire city.
Like, now, I just want you to realize, like, all this is going to be, like, kind of spoilers for me because I've never played Final Fantasy VI.
Oh, jeez, why not?
Not because I don't want to, but because I just haven't had a chance to.
Trifecta.
Yeah, seriously. Rin, you got to get this guy to play some Final Fantasy VI. He needs to. It's a great game. He betrays people, he backstabs people, he tricks people into killing people just because, you know, he's the kind of guy that says, hey, if you don't kill this guy, I'm going to kill your wife. Yeah. And then you go kill the guy, and then he kills your wife in front of you, and then he cripples you for the rest of your life, so you can't do anything, so you can sit there and just realize that you killed somebody, and then he killed your wife. He's that kind of twisted. He's that level of fucked up. And then he becomes a freaking god. Literally a 3-stage god where you have to fight him with different groups of your own team. He is messed up. All he wants to do is destroy the world and recreate it in his image. He's above Thanos in the fucked up scale. Thanos just wants to kill everybody. Kefka wants to kill everybody and then make a new world where everyone looks like him.
Yeah.
Like he is, woo! 3 levels of
that shit crazy.
And at the beginning of the game, when you're meeting him, you think he's some bumbling idiot.
Mm-hmm.
But boy, does he fucking trick you. The entire time, you think he's some bumbling moron. And then he like pulls off the mask like, hey bitch, I've been doing everything.
Alright, yeah, so he works behind the scenes and everything.
He works behind the scenes, in front of the scenes.
Lines, okay.
He's selling popcorn to the people at the scene. He's the cop interviewing.
Never played Final Fantasy VI. You disappoint me, Rhodes. Make no...
To send you the MU and ROM for it. You'll have it, man. You'll have it. So, yeah, go on and throw your villain, brother.
I was just going to say, like, I don't know, Moriarty from Sherlock.
Moriarty's a
Professor Moriarty.
He's a villain. Oh, he's a villain. He's a villain through and through.
Really, you want to talk about somebody who's good at manipulating things from behind the scenes and everything like that? The only guy to intellectually match Sherlock on everything, even like on a physical level. The guy's a huge fucking threat, and it's just like, just the way he gets under Sherlock's skin, like he's close. He's close to nailing him. He's just like, he can feel him, and then it's just like, oh, I'm actually 2 steps ahead of you, Sherlock.
Yeah, I wasn't actually at that house at all. I locked the door on the way out.
Yeah, I was actually, one of, like...
I was at the sub shop. I gave you your sandwich. You didn't even realize it was me, motherfucker.
You know, just like those types of villains that can, like, think in-depthly in that short amount of time, just right on the spot.
Well, intelligence makes a villain.
Mm-hmm.
Dumb villains are funny, okay? Buggy is a dumb villain. He's funny, and he's the kind of guy that you root for because you know he's an idiot. Yeah. But when it comes to Moriarty, you're actually rooting for someone to finally beat him. That's the different scale. You want someone to catch him.
Yeah, but that's what I think that's what kind of makes a villain lovable, because, you know, at the same time you can relate to them, and then
I can't relate to Moriarty.
Well,
I'm not that level of intelligence.
You could, though, because you see the human aspects in him. Like, you can see, like, the way that he like, the reasons why he does.
Breathe.
Oh, sorry.
The Star Trek version of Moriarty was excellent too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was. Until he was tricked into thinking he was leaving the holodeck while on the holodeck.
Anyway, so, like, you know, just all the human aspect of him, where, you know, you just see the ambition, like, you see the reasons why he does what he does, and it's just like, yeah, I can relate.
He's a likable villain. I'll give you likable, okay? But the thing is that I wouldn't say lovable. I definitely think he's the kind of guy that you're like, I hate you, and I want you to get captured, but I know you never will.
Yeah. Like, I'm just saying, like, you love him, but it's the type of love where you just want to see him lose.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Because
there's no love lost there. It's just like, you watch it going, I want you to lose, I want you to lose, but in the back of your head, you're like, he's not going to fucking lose. He's never going to lose. It's Moriarty. He's one of those guys that's like, he's a lot like Lex Luthor. Just because you think you caught him, no, he's erased 3 levels of evidence and already put a patsy there. I mean, that's the kind of level he is. He's intelligence. And that makes a great villain. Necro.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw a kind of controversial, but not as controversial as a later one will be. The Vault Hunters from Borderlands 2 and the Vault Hunters from Borderlands 1 and the Vault Hunters from Borderlands 2 that play into.
In other words, you're talking about the original cast of Borderlands 1 as Vault Hunters. You're talking about Lilith, Mordecai, Brick, and
and also
Roland.
the
Roland.
new ones from 2 and the...
You mean the ones that are manipulated?
Well, yeah.
You can't call them villains, they're being manipulated.
Sure.
They're thugs, they're hired help, it's what they are.
But all except for Brick. Because Brick kind of not a bad...
Now listen, if you want to talk villains from Borderlands 2, you gotta look at the number 1 villain. That was Lilith. Yes, Lilith, the Siren, the cause of all this commotion that nobody really realizes until you look into it deep enough. Lilith was the one that caused Handsome Jack to go insane, because when she smashed the Stone of Knowledge, where the hell it was, he was forced to see his own daughters and his death.
Yeah.
He knew his daughter was going to die before him. So this drove him insane. He didn't want his daughter to die because, in reality, Jack's actually a really nice father.
Yeah.
He built this entire machine just to keep her alive because she has a rare disease. Lilith kills people on a day-to-day basis with no mercy, has no problem with it, incinerates them. She has no problem throwing you to the wolves while she escapes with the rest of her people. She does it multiple times. She has no problem not listening to orders, showing up where she's supposed to be, becoming a giant threat, ends up being the one that opens up the temple. And all of this could have been stopped if she didn't smash him in the face with his own relic. And she started from the very beginning. She started killing Jack before you knew Jack was a villain. When you start playing the prologue and you start hearing Handsome Jack back then, you find out that Handsome Jack wasn't a villain right then and there.
Nope.
And all he was doing was looking for this relic. It wasn't until after he found the relic and Lilith basically Falcon punched it that he became this twisted guy. And he wasn't really twisted. He was twisted in a hero sense.
And you know, that's the kind of feeling I got when I saw and I beat the prequel. It's just like, you know, when you sit back and realize, in a way, the Vault Hunters from Borderlands 2 were kind of like, later on, they become kind of like the cleanup crew to just dealing with, like, Handsome Jack, like, the aftermath of all that shit.
What fucking the first one?
Actually, both are Vault Hunters of... Yeah, she's right, but they're not really Vault Hunters in the second one.
Actually, technically, if you go by the pre-sequel, they were already retired from Vault Hunting, the ones from the original Borderlands.
Well, it doesn't matter. He's got a point, though. If it wasn't for Lilith being a spoiled prick...
Totally, Lilith is a villain by circumstance. Lots of...
philosophy in there. Also, Jack caused the disease by the injection of the glowy stuff. I forget the name of it. That was iridium.
Yeah.
And he did cause the disease. He did. But he did it because what he saw in the vision was she was dying from iridium poisoning, and this would help her. What he didn't realize is you can't change your fate. That's what the whole story was. He knew where he was going to die. He knew who was going to kill him, so when he saw your character land, he tried to kill you at the beginning. Because he knew who you were. You were the guy who executes him. You were the one who kills his daughter.
Yeah, but he's like one of those... I think what she's saying is that he's one of those villains, though, that you can feel sympathetic for, because when you learn all of that, like, there's a part of you that just, like, you know what, if I was in his position and I had his power,
I do the same
thing.
thing.
I do the same thing. I try to change everything, too.
But Lilith, on the other hand, she has no problem endangering people's lives, taking iridium to give herself superpowers without knowing the true effects, wiping out entire populations of people who are just trying to live on Pandora.
She unknowingly caused, like, a large, she was like a smaller ripple that just ended up causing, like, a larger one in the end.
And, of course, there's also the thought process, the fact that Roland and Knight and Bloodwing and Jack, I feel that none of them are actually dead. And there's a reason for that. They're all hooked up to the Hyperion station. Why the hell would Jack let them die? Remember, if you die in the game, you're recreated at a station.
Yep.
No matter how much, if you're stomped on, set on fire, blown up with a rocket launcher, you just reappear. You don't think Jack would have himself hooked up to one of those things?
Or his daughter.
Yeah, I think it's all set up. I think it's all cover.
Yeah, I know. I never really. Actually, that's what I kind of half expected when I first saw him getting shot through the chest.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just like, wait, why is everybody like he's gonna probably reappear later, and then
Right.
But no.
But it never happens.
I think he was all part of it, though. I think there's a deeper story that people are just ignoring. And if you want to know about Handsome Jack's true background, I suggest you go and look up the a Game Theorist channel on Handsome Jack, where he did explain quite well, basically everything we could say about Handsome Jack actually being more of a hero than a villain.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'm going to throw out a villain that I'm sure everybody was expecting, because he's one of the #1 villains in literature and in movies. But he does kind of become a good guy at the end, but I'm still throwing the whole villain aspect. And that guy's name is Anakin Skywalker, a.k.a. Darth Vader. Darth Vader is a twisted piece of...
Oh, yeah.
He is straight up twisted. If you read the books, read the comics, read into his backstory, between the times of Luke being born and Luke finally meeting him, he's wiped out planets, species, eradicated universes with no problem. Just like, you know what? I don't like how that planet's looking at me. Let's go kill everybody.
Not to mention raising side apprentices,
so that the 12 or 13 of them, yeah.
That in hopes that they can team up and overthrow the Emperor.
And then when he gets the one that is strong enough, he realizes, oh wait, he might just turn on me, so I'll try and kill him now.
Exactly.
That's Star Killer, in case anyone was curious.
Stop spoiling Borderlands 3, damn it.
I'm not spoiling it. I'm just saying it makes sense. I'm sorry. But no, I mean, Darth Vader is pretty much an epitome of what an evil character is.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, how he's dressed. All black. Come on. If you see a character at the beginning of a movie who's in all black, and it's a movie that involves villains, 9 out of 10 times, that's the villain.
I have seen it. I subbed the Game Theorist and the Film Theorist. Awesome name drop.
Hey, listen, I dropped the names of the people who deserve it. The Game Theorist channel, the Film Theorist channel, they're amazing. They're well thought out. He goes through a lot of detail. I don't agree with everything he says, but for the most part, he is very intelligent. And I, for one, enjoy people who are intelligent. I don't like watching stupid people. I enjoy watching people who have intelligence. That's why I kind of hope that when people watch us, they kind of feel close.
Darth Vader is twisted, but Annie is...
An evil wannabe.
I will become the greatest Jedi.
But damn, is Darth Vader kick-ass in the comics. Yes, he is. Darth Vader's a beast. He lifts on an AT-AT and smashes somebody with it. And those things are, several 100,000 metric tons. He's like, up, and he's just for one guy. Just for some guy that was running from him. He's like, wait for it. Wait for it. I win! And then he blew it up for no reason, too. He's like, and crunch, and it just explodes. And he's like, well, they're like, why'd you do that? He goes, I'm just making sure, and just walks past him. It's like, yo, you don't ask Darth Vader why he did something. You applaud him and say, can you do better next time, sir? You give him an ego, because his ego is the size of the Star Destroyers. He is a beast. He has no equals throughout the entire galaxy up until his son somehow takes down his army. I don't know how that happens. It looked pretty lame in the movie, but it's probably explained somewhere. And, he does become a good guy at the end, but once again, can you really say he's a good guy after everything he's done?
No.
I mean, literally annihilating just, entire systems. Just like, you know what I feel like doing today? What? You see that planet over there? Yeah, I don't like its color. Let's go paint it red, everybody. That's it. That's Vader. Vader doesn't say, let's paint the town red. He says, let's paint the planet red. He goes, are there Wookiees on that planet? Because I need a new rug.
I'm going to exterminate the Ewoks. Why? Because I just can.
He's walking around with, an Ewok bathrobe on. He's got one of their heads on for a hat.
His pasty char skin, it just goes easier on it.
Da-da, you hear that da-da-da-da-da-da, and he comes sliding out in nothing but Ewok suit.
It's like Vader. How come you didn't put steam in there and just give yourself a steam bath in there? And he just looks at him.
He just kills the guy. Oh. And in his back of his mind, he's like, "That's a great idea. My idea now." That's why I like Vader, though. Vader is a dark villain, and he's not one you root for. He's the kind of guy that you're like, if I met this man in a dark alley,
he's the guy who fucks up Batman.
Murders Batman.
Murders Batman.
All right, so Brandon, what do you want to throw out there next?
Oh boy. All right. I was gonna go a bit goofy.
Oh. My next one's really goofy. Don't worry. Mine's
Actually, you know what?
horrific.
I thought of something better because you brought up, like, you know, good guys and, like, anti-heroes.
Well, no, we're trying to avoid anti-heroes altogether. See,
you're
Darth
trying-
Vader himself was a villain.
Yeah.
He was only good when he was Anakin Skywalker.
Right.
And even at the end when they say, like, oh, he saved...
Well,
he
I'm
was...
confused on this one I'm thinking about because he in some comics, the way he's written, he is a hero.
Are you talking about Deadpool?
No, not Deadpool.
Okay, good, because he's a villain. Or he's a hero. He's a straight-up hero. He is.
All right, but I'm talking about, like, because of his morality, like, most of the time, yeah, he is on, like, the opposite side of the spectrum. And
Well,
I'm
who is
talking
he?
The Punisher.
The Punisher could be considered a villain.
Because in some other comics, in storylines, yeah, he is considered a villain because of the way, like, he has constant battles with Daredevil. He has constant battles with, I think he hunted the Spider-Man at one point.
He tried to.
He tried to.
And then he found out that Spider-Man became Man-Spider. And Man-Spider whooped the shit out of him, and Kraven the Hunter had to save his ass.
And it's funny because you have all these people that like say, "Stop! Spider-Man's actually good. Out of my way."
Well,
I like his recent incarnation though in the Netflix movie. So everybody want to call me the Punisher? Well, come and get it.
Well, the thing about him is he's pretty much as villainous as you can get and still be a hero.
He's
cruel.
He's
He's
a villain.
vile. He doesn't just kill somebody. He tortures the shit out of them. He threw a guy into a coin press and turned it on slow. And when the guy gave him the information he wanted, he cranked it up and killed him.
Yeah, he's a guy who just doesn't care. Like, again, in the Netflix movies, you know, he's just hanging everybody on meat hooks and shit.
Yeah.
He just instantly with a sawed-off shotgun.
Yeah.
In the hospital, just shooting everybody.
He's a villain. He's vile.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, he's doing a good job, but there's a difference between doing a good job and being a straight up fucking psychopath. And there, woo, he is on this plate.
And he's also a guy that's just unwavering in his conviction. Like, you know, he's just convinced. It's just like, look, the only way you're gonna truly stop these guys is you put them the fuck down. You know, put them down.
But the thing is, what makes him a villain is he's willing to kill people ahead of time because he thinks they might be a villain. A prime example is the guy who went and killed his wife and kids.
He doesn't believe in redemption.
Well, he had a son. Okay, this kid just came to a party. He was a college kid. He didn't know his dad was a gangster. What's the Punisher do? He puts a pressurized grenade in his hand and tells him if he lets go of it, it's going to kill him. This kid has never done anything. But because he happens to be the son of this mob boss, and he may take over, he kills him. Innocent guy, but he's like, you're part of the crime family, which means you're guilty.
Again, just like in Netflix with Daredevil, he tells like the kid, the mobster's family, that the Irish family, tells him, I don't feel sorry for anything. I'll kill every last one of them. Like, and as they're like dragging him off, and yeah, like you got somebody like that, as skilled as he is, you know, and as dangerous as he.
Yeah, he's a straight up psychopath. Yeah. He is. The Punisher, woo, he's a straight up psychopath. And he never teams up with somebody unless his life is threatened or he just has to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, there's no way he would have signed up with Kraven the Hunter.
The only reason he teamed up with Daredevil was because Daredevil was like, okay, look, in the case of these guys, yeah, they do have to be killed.
Yeah. Well, Daredevil's murdered quite a few people himself, too. So.
Yeah,
Necro, throw a villain out there.
Bowser.
he was actually the goofy one I was going to mention.
Are you talking about Bowser Koopa?
Yes.
Bowser Koopa as a villain.
Yes.
Yes, he is. In the first game, he's a twisted fucker, but after that, he's just a goofy guy.
Oh,
But that first game, his magic was turning all the people of Mushroom Kingdom into blocks, which Mario then went and destroyed. You know, he murdered hundreds, and once again, look at the game theorist, he'll explain that Mario is a twisted fucker. He is. He's a twisted bastard. But Bowser? You know, I got an idea. I'm going to go and turn the mushroom people into building blocks, and then I'm going to use their bodies to...
Yeah.
Okay, that's there. That is some twisted stuff right there.
And don't get me wrong, in the newer things, I mean, I guess he had some of the...
No, he's still a villain. He's just not the
Yeah.
same. He went from serious villain to goofy villain. That's what happened. You know, in fact, a lot of people trace it back to the Koopa kids, which, if you follow game theorists and my theory about itself, they're actually adopted. They're his adopted family, and after that, he became more of a more caring about his kids than anything. That's honorable, but still, you know, he's taken over Mushroom Kingdom how many times? How many times has he kidnapped the fucking princess? He's another character that should be in the ground.
But the only time Mario truly defeated him was in a short clip we love to watch, Kyle.
Okay. Mad Mario is not him defeating him. Mad Mario is making Bowser feel very sad. You don't do that to people. That's just more evidence that Mario's an asshole. Pardon my language. Well, okay, you want to talk goofy heroes. I got a villain for you. Okay? And this is probably the goofiest villain that will ever be on this list. And let me tell you something. The reason he's on there is because when I was a kid, I grew up watching this villain. And even though he's not like a danger to the world, he's still a villain. And his name is Robbie Rotten. And he's from Lazy Town. For those of you who don't know Lazy Town is, I believe it's Icelandic. It had Sportacus as the hero, which is it's an awesome hero. He's one of my favorites. But Robbie Rotten's main goal was, he was basically all 7 of the sins. While Sportacus, on the other hand, was all 7 of the virtues. And they were constantly going at it. Now, of course, it's a kid's show. It's a little bit of a kid's show. So, of course, there's no, explosions or people setting on fire. I mean, it's lenient stuff like, having Spartacus slip on a banana peel and then capturing him or something, Not quite that level, but the thing about him is, he was a lovable villain. All he wanted was the people of Lazy Town to be just what the title said. He wanted them to be lazy. Or this day he wanted them to be greedy. Or this day he wanted them to be lustful. Without knowing it, he was literally teaching people about the 7 sins and what he was. And he even had the ability to multiply himself. So, I mean, he had some powers. He also constantly had things like, he could transform himself to look like, I mean, if you looked at him, you'd know it's him. But if, you know how TV logic is, you throw on a pair of glasses and a fake wig and suddenly you're somebody different.
Right.
He was constantly tricking people into believing he was somebody else. He was very fast. He was strong, he was smart, he was very enduring. He could take all kinds of damage and stand back up. And the only person who could ever beat him was Sportacus. So it was kind of one of those things where he's just like, he's this lovable. A lot of the villains I like are that. I'm a fan of the Power Ranger villains because they're lovable goofballs. I'm a fan of the VR Troopers villains because they're lovable goofballs. I'm a fan of just about every villain from, Captain N the Game Master. I'm
Mother Brain.
Mother Brain.
Mother Brain.
Where are all your guns today? Holy what's wrong with you?
The King Hippo.
King Hippo. I was gonna put him on the list too as one of my favorite villains, but he's just a boxer, so I mean, he's just an idiot basically. I mean, not all boxers are idiots, but King Hippo, he's an idiot. And a cheater too. Yeah, in the GameCube version, you had 2 rounds. You went through the first entire fight, and then they all challenged you again, but they all challenged you like with ways to hide their weak points.
Oh, you're talking about the
game.
The Wii.
Yeah. And
yeah.
Glass Joe wore like a face mask, but King Hippo literally had a freaking a sewer plate. Yeah. It was a freaking sewer plate from the sewers taped to his freaking stomach. The hell? What level of cheating is that? How can you let that happen?
But I actually like the little scenes though where it shows them like coming to that conclusion where it's just like, if I use this, then I'll be able to have an edge.
All right, throw another villain out there, man.
All right, well, speaking of,
I just realized what PAB stood for.
What?
Punk ass bitch. I just realized it. He's just an emo little whiny PAB. I'm like, PAB? That's what I've been thinking about this whole time, like PAB, and I realized punk ass bitch. Oh.
You weren't the only one thinking.
Yeah, but I mean, like, as far as villains go, they don't always have to be just destructive. That's why I liked him. He was the kind of guy like, you kids should be eating more sugar and you should be playing more video games. And while that is a negative message to be teaching people, on the other hand, you had this guy who, in order to get across a kitchen table, rather than walking around it, would literally do a backflip over the kitchen table just to be on the other side. That was Sportacus.
Actually, here, I'll I'll throw an older one out. And I keep forgetting. I think his name is the Judge, like from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Oh yeah, Judge Doom.
Judge Doom.
Hang on a second. Actually, bringing up Mother Brain. And the theorist, the cute. Oh yeah, that's right. The cute creatures from the Metroid game, the ones that you're always saving, they're actually the villains.
Mm-hmm.
Like people realize that. That's another great episode. I like this girl. She watches a lot of intelligent stuff. I like her. She's on the ball. I like that. But yeah, I can give you that.
Yeah, the Judge from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
He's twisted. Too. He's like, woo!
Yeah.
Especially that ending. Whoa.
It's a tune that kills other tunes.
And people.
Evil.
Yeah, like, wow.
Oh no! It's the stuff! I
and then he comes with the spring legs.
He takes off his glove and then he has like that. Anvil hand and he like punches.
We could do an entire episode about what was awesome and what was not awesome about Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I know we could.
I love that movie.
It's a good movie, and like I said, if you look at my top 10 waifus, actually, Jessica Rabbit is my #1 waifu. But the reasons that it is are reasons that people never looked at. Like, they never looked into the background of her and realized, you know, just like Judge Doom and just like Roger, they had lives outside of the cartoon series, you know. Just because she's a singer at a nightclub and she was a sexy character on a cartoon. She went to college. She was a nurse in World War II. She has this huge background, but all people ever see is her red dress, her big tits, and her big ass. That's all people look at. Same thing with Judge Doom, though. He was a tune!
They never found out what kind of tune either.
Sacre bleu! Who created him? That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see Who Framed Roger Rabbit 2 and find out who created Judge Doom. Because that's a character you want to find out who drew that sucker.
Yeah, because they don't know. They don't know if it was the guy who created Looney Tunes or if it was Disney.
Right. Or if it was just some guy on the street who got jealous and wanted to kill them all off. But Judge Doom, he was one of those thinkers again. I noticed that you have a thing for thinkers. And that's cool, you know. Everyone has their own love and hate of villains. I'm more like the goofballs. You more like the thinker. Nick kind of enjoys the twisted guys back there. Speaking of characters, who's your next villain there, Necro?
I'm gonna go with the aliens from Aliens.
Ooh. Those are some villains. Although, technically they're just monsters, I can go with the villain aspect.
I was gonna say, it depends on the movie.
Well, they're never seen as being, like, thinkers. They're all about just abducting people to take to their secret sex dungeons to inject them with kids. That's basically the aliens. They're basically rapists.
Touche.
An army of acid-blooded rapists. And they're all women. The facehuggers are the males. They're the women. It's twisted. It's awesome, but it's twisted.
You keep cutting out.
I am in Texas, and a huge amount of infrastructure is
So it could be her internet.
Oh man, just be safe for us, all right?
Yeah.
Just
they're dealing with the.
you be safe down there. Didn't know you were that far down. You be safe.
Yeah, you be safe.
We don't want anyone getting hurt. That storm was nasty. Freaking Category 4 smashes into Texas. We haven't seen a Category 3 in years, and a Category 4 decides to smack into Texas. That ain't right.
Nope.
I'd rather it hit us. We're on top of the mountain. Nick, are we still coming in over there clear? Are we still coming in clear?
Yeah, we seem to be coming in pretty
All right.
clear.
But the aliens, yeah, they're an entire species whose whole goal is to basically assimilate and move on. They wipe out entire planets and then assimilate the next planet. That's what they do. They were created by the Predators, who are trigger-happy gun nuts, so they're basically rednecks.
Yeah, they wanted better game.
No, you know what? They're the French.
Yeah.
Welcome to Australia. You know what this country needs? Rabbits and fox for us to hunt. It doesn't matter that there's no natural predators that are going to go around and fucking eat everything. Oh, no.
Okay, now we're frozen. Okay, we're back.
Oh, let's all freeze in place so that we can mess
Yeah.
with Rin. 30%, 31%.
This would be the point where Cody would just, like, hop on your lap and just like start licking you, like, damn it. All right, I can give you the aliens as a villain, but I've got a villain.
We do keep freezing up though.
Do we? Oh
Yeah.
man.
On my end.
Well, that means it could be freezing up everywhere, man. I'm looking at it now. Yeah, we're freezing up. What the hell? Yeah, we're canceling up. What's going on here? Hang on a second. Let me see if I can fix this. I'm gonna try lowering the output a little. Give me a second. What'd she say there?
Give me a moment.
You try knocking it down to 360 FPS here. Let me just try this.
Oh, we are. West Texas. No flooding here, yet give it a week to hit us even with more rain. Oh, well. Thanks, though.
Hey, no problem. Hey, I don't want to see anyone get hurt. That's the old soldier in me, I guess. I don't know. We're trying to drop the quality to see if we can hold on a little more. We seem to be holding steady a little here. Shice of a day.
I just threw Cody off my lap. That happened like 10 minutes ago.
I'm sorry, Nick. I'm really trying to do this, man. I'm really trying to fix this.
Oh, no, I'm just
Whoa, what the? Boy, I lost everything for a second. Are we still running?
According to me, yeah.
Looks like we're still running. You tell me if there's any quality changes. All right.
I was gonna say, it looked like after I got up from getting Cody off of me.
Let's see. I hate you sometimes, Rhodes. Messing with Rin can be dangerous. I still have bags of concrete and a shovel. Whoa, dude! You do not piss off a woman who has concrete and a shovel. What is wrong with you?
Listen, Rin only does that to the people she truly loves, though.
Really? Because ending someone's life and burying them in cement does not seem like a loving relationship to me. But hey.
Hey, that's foreplay.
It seems like our internet might have just went shit for a little bit, but then it came back because we've been running strong for about maybe 5 minutes now.
All right. Well.
And that was before you changed anything.
All right. So, where were we? Was it going to me?
Yeah, it was going to you.
Did I say anything, or did we just skip over it, man?
I don't remember. We were still on aliens.
Yeah, we were still on aliens,
Well,
and you said.
Oh yeah, I got a twisted one for you. He's actually got to be one of my all-time favorite villains from both book and movie. He was done by one Anthony Hopkins, and his name was Hannibal Lecter, or should I say Dr. Hannibal Lecter? Sorry,
Dr. Hannibal.
you know, Doctor. You got to get that. You know, I didn't go to Doctor
Yes,
Medical
we are stable on my end.
thus far, and yes, you were still running. Awesome. Dr. Hannibal Lecter, because he didn't go to evil high school, evil college, not to get his doctrine. This is one of those characters that's like Dr. Moriarty.
Mm-hmm.
He's a thinker. I mean, he's a cannibal, but he's a thinker. He can trick you. He can manipulate you. If he sees you, he is already 15 steps ahead of you. He has found a way to kill you. And whether it means he's already planning on you running from him or running towards him, he knows how to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
For his age, he is well capable of taking care of just about any thug who comes after him.
I mean, it's like me and Kyle pointing out to Rose when she kind of first brought up killers as a list. Yeah, me and Kyle may think of 9 ways to kill you when we first meet somebody or anything like that, but Hannibal Lecter takes it to both of us combined times 10.
He's already figured out our 9 ways each, put them into a book. It's a bestseller now. Sold us the book with a copy of it, which was in our blood because we had to stab each other first. That's Hannibal Lecter. Hannibal Lecter is amazing.
Quality has not dropped much.
Must be limiting. Rhodes is right. My version of the play ranch. Oh, she's a ranch girl raised. Woo! She's a winner. Hey, listen, any girl who's intelligent and willing to get her hands dirty, that's a winner in my book. Now, what really makes him twisted, though, is the fact that he's so evil that people actually look to him to explain other evil people. Like, we're trying to find some serial killer, and he thinks like this, and he's like, amateur piece of shit. I got this. I know what's going on. You go here, you'll find him. He's probably going to be using night vision, so flashbulb him real quick. And like, he's already like 9 steps ahead of you. And by the time you realize it, he's already bitten off your nose and made you cook your own brain.
Yeah, he's a twisted fuck.
He is twisted.
He's a good rapper, though.
If you're referring to epic rap battles in history.
Yeah, he is. I'll give him that. I'll give you that. All right.
Yeah.
So who's another villain you want to throw to the list there, mate?
Oh shit.
Oh shit is not one of them.
Hannibal is a good villain, smart,
sociopathic, and that enthusiasm is creepy as hell. Yes. Yeah. And he's also part of one of those things where a lot of people, when they were growing up, remember him saying the line, "Hello, Clarice," which I remember saying.
Oh.
I remember that, but if you go and watch the movie now, it has never been said. He never said it, but everyone remembers it. I can't remember what the theory's called, but it's like the Bernstein Bears.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the Bernstein Bears, right?
Yeah, I remember.
They were never the Bernstein Bears.
Who were they?
They were the Berenstain Bears. Berenstain, not Bernstein. But everyone remembers them as the Bernstein Bears.
Oh,
also, everyone remembers Luke Skywalker's father going, "Luke, I am your father." I remember it plain as day.
Mm-hmm.
Go back and watch the movie now. It never was said that way. It's weird, but it's one of those I can't remember the theory. Okay, now I am blushing. Hey, you don't have to worry about it. I speak my mind. Brandon and Roadblock here has done nothing but make you sound like the best thing since sliced bread too. He speaks very highly of you at all times. So you get full credit for everything we're saying right now, Ren. 100%. Don't worry about it. We cool. We cool.
She's my ultra sexy tech guru.
Oh, the ultra sexy tech guru, who also happens to be a ranch girl and has a shovel and cement with your name on it.
Well,
that's
we'll
foreplay.
Bury and then go from there.
Okay. Without stalling, I would have to say I was actually hesitant to say it before, but Xehanort.
Xehanort?
From Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, yeah. He's pretty twisted.
His plan is just so, off the wall and goofy, where he just, does all this shit. I'm going to now divide myself into 13 pieces of darkness. Or no, I'm sorry, 12. And then it's just I'm going to make Sora the 13th one by infecting him in his dreams or whatever.
Yeah, Doctor Doom is a good villain, especially in the Avengers Assemble. I think that one, the one...
Actually, that's a better one. Let's talk about Doctor Doom.
Let's talk about Doctor Doom, yeah.
Fuck Xehanort.
Serpent. Very smart and very...
His armor is literally built with the pieces of Christ's cross.
Well, not just that, but it's also if you look at another one, it was the flesh of one of his wives.
Oh,
The flesh of one of- yeah.
It's demonic. It's anti-magical. It's nigh indestructible.
And the whole reason why, and I love, like, the whole reason why he started studying both science and magic was to free his mother's soul from hell, right?
Yeah, that was basically it. He wanted to, he wanted to get his mom out of hell,
Yeah.
and he was willing to do whatever it took to get her out of hell, which is actually pretty noble in its own way, but pretty twisted as well. It was pretty twisted, sis.
Dude,
Mandel effect is what you are talking about.
And the Bernstein Bears stuff totally fucking up typos. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the Mandela's effect. That's what it's such a cool effect.
Yeah.
But you look back in time, you're like, yo, that's bull. That's bull, because I remember it being the Bernstein Bears.
The Bernstein Bears,
In
yeah.
fact, I had the book upstairs, and I ran upstairs after I watched the video on it. And I'm like, I got the Bernstein Bears right here. I'll prove them. And it said Berenstein Bears. I'm like,
Bernstein Bears.
and it's like, it struck me. I remember how it was spelled. I remember all the characters. It's like, it's wrong. I'm from another dimension. I'm from another dimension.
I'm used to hearing it from the narrator, and I do remember him saying Berenstein, and then him, because of the way his voice was, it sounded like Bernstein Bears.
Well, I just remember it being spelled that way. That's all.
Yeah,
Kingdom Hearts has some good villains. I like the first one you meet in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh, jeez. I don't remember who's the first villain you meet in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Never played it.
Are you talking about Axel?
She might be talking about Axel. Axel's pretty cool. Although
I don't consider Axel a villain.
I consider him a twit.
Well, he's more like a.
Like
I wouldn't even say he's an anti-hero. Like he's more just about his own interests. Like he's a part of the organization because he wants to be a part of something.
Right. That's
originally because of his other friend Lei, but then as they kind of grow apart, he grows closer to Roxas, and then as soon as Roxas leaves the he leaves the organization. Axel's just the only thing that Axel can think about is how can I get my best friend back.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But he still has his moments where he's a freaking villain.
But
but going back to Doctor Doom real quick before you jump on that one.
Yeah.
Doctor Doom's the thing that upsets me the most about Doctor Doom is how he was originally portrayed. He was originally portrayed as one of the original members of the crew. He got his powers by accident. Then he went and took over Latveria, which is his country. And the entire time, he just had this big hate boner for Reed Richards, and he just wanted to bang his wife. It wasn't until later on when the comics actually got serious where you find out that Doctor Doom was always from Latveria. And he took it over to show and to help the people. And he's very strict there, but he's also very fair there. The people love him in Latveria. He's not an evil guy to them because he doesn't do evil things to them. In fact, most of the time, when he does something evil, it's because some dumb shit Avenger flies into his airspace.
Yeah, there was actually. I was watching what was it? I think it was a game. It was Game Theorist about the video where he looks into the future, and he sees all these possible futures that are coming out, and there was one positive one. It was one of two or whatever, and one that ended where it was world peace, but he was the dictator of the world, and that's why he's been. And it was the Avengers that actually fucked everything up and kept the world in chaos.
Right. Well, see, Doctor Doom had all those things. He relived an entire lifetime immortally. He's a master of mysticism. He's a master of technology. He's a master of alien technology. He's a master of demonic technologies and magics. He has demon servants, robotic copies of himself. He's got freaking friends in every group of the world. And the only people who see him as a villain are the heroes. Because unless you fuck with Latveria, unless you fuck with his country, he's a friend. He wants to help the world because he wants peace. But he's willing to do it with an iron fist.
I fucking
That's him.
I fucking hated his incarnation in the movie.
We don't talk about those.
Yeah, we don't
talk about that.
We don't talk about the Sony movie.
Those don't exist. The Fantastic Four never made a movie. That's it. We don't talk about those.
They never made any movie.
Yeah. There is no Fable 3. There is no Fear 3.
I do like one thing though. Michael Chiklis as the Thing. I loved it.
I would like to see Michael Chiklis play other roles. I actually think Michael Chiklis could have played Wolverine really well.
He actually had his own sitcom where Family of Superheroes.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I keep forgetting the name, but he actually had his own sitcom show where like the whole family, like he was super strong, was able to jump high, and his wife had super speed. His kid was a super genius, and then I forgot what the daughter did.
She was probably a normie, but
I keep forgetting the name of it though. I mean, it was a good show.
As much as I like Doctor Doom in the facet of a villain, and he is a cold, corrupting villain, the truth of the matter is, deep down inside, I kind of level with it. From a military standpoint. From where I am, ex-military, if the only way to have world peace was with an iron fist, and you could prove and make everyone happy with that iron fist, I'm willing to believe that that iron fist would work. So I'm kind of on his side. If me and Doom were talking, I'd be on his side. Because I don't see him quite like a villain. I see what he did to Latvania. I saw what it was originally. It was a poor place where the ruling class just crushed people for no reason. And he and a small band of people took its ass over. Because they decided to kill his mom. Just because she was a gypsy.
Yeah.
So he took the entire country, 180 the sucker, got military power in it, and then decided to use magic to go back in time, go through the entire age of man again as an immortal. I mean, from the primordial soup up. Fought in almost every war, learned every fighting style and everything like that. He is a man of knowledge. He is a man of power. And he is a man that as long as you're not fucking with him, he has no problem with you. You want to come visit Latvania, you know he's going to let you. You know he's going to be like, oh, come on over, hey, have some Latvian beer, it's great. Just don't fuck with his people. And he's cool with it.
Unless you're Nick Fury, and then you just...
That's an Avenger.
Send the Avengers Avengers down there. Listen, everything is top secret, but we gotta invade Latveria. Oh, okay.
Okay, let's go do it. You do realize you're bringing fucking hell back with you, right? It's coming. It's a fucking storm.
It's...
Dead research, the chat delay is YouTube related. Everyone is saying it's much better on Twitch. Shrugs. YouTube is
bundled with its own scripts for chat, and that causes the issue of the delay. Oh, I didn't know that. Maybe we'll try putting the live streams on Twitch next time. Who knows? We might try something new.
Yeah, we're still in the...
Listen, I'll be the first one to say it. Me and technology, we don't work. I cause brand new things to break all the time. I'm not technological. I'm not advanced in that category. We're looking for people to help us with that, and if you can help us with that, hey, we're backing up. We're willing to try any program you want us to try.
Yeah, Rim, we're gonna try to do XSplit next time.
Yeah, that'll be
mess around with that a
bit.
If
if we can, we're gonna try that for Friday to see how that works out.
Also, by the way, this is a good segue. We want to thank Core Override, Dara Rinzile. Thank you for letting us use your XSplit.
Well, I was gonna thank her on the live stream. But yeah, okay. You know, and hey, if there's anything you want to suggest to us, please do not hesitate. Send it to Brandon, send it to me on Facebook, put in the message for us. We are looking for help. I want this channel to work out, not just for me, but for everybody. I owe it to every person who watches these videos to try and become better and better at this, and I'm willing to accept any level of help. My technological skills, unfortunately for me, they died when I went into the military. When you're in the military for a few years and you come back out, the whole world is completely changed on you. So even my knowledge on computers is horrible. This thing, if I could show you this thing right now, you'd laugh. It's like 3 years old. I have to have the panel open because it's constantly overheating. It's garbage. Now Necro's got the next best thing back there, but even that thing's out of date. We're running on free programs. I'm running on using YouTube Editor because I don't know how to use any of the other editing programs. So anything you guys want to use to help us, just put it in the comments below. We're actually using Game Show right now. Nick Fury is a form of villain too.
Yeah.
The way he does it is by spying and such, and encourages issues. He's a steady hero. It's true though. Nick Fury actually has all this. They found it out in one of the comic book series where Nick Fury actually had like all of Spider-Man's relatives. He knew where they were, and if Spider-Man were ever to go rogue, he would have them put to death. Nick Fury's a villain, but you know what? Everyone knows he's a villain. I think that's why. Doctor Doom doesn't like the Avengers. They're led by a villain.
Sweet, XSplit is great. You guys are welcome.
Thank you. So I mean, yeah, Doctor Doom, he's pretty vicious. Nick, you want to throw one more out there while we finish it, or do you want to continue?
I was gonna say, might as well throw out my.
Oh, here it comes. Get yourself ready. Get yourself ready, Roadblock. I know who he's throwing out. I know which villain he's throwing out now.
Hold on.
He's got to get ready, because this is a good foe.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Should have gone into the Navy like you. Hey, I'm sorry. The Army caught me. I'm sorry. All right, throw out that villain.
Yeah.
Who's that villain, man?
Batman and the Joker.
Well,
I thought you were just gonna say Batman.
we can only throw one out there for now, Nick.
Okay.
So who do you want it to be?
I'll go with Batman.
All right, yes. Batman, a true villain. A villain of villains who has people fooled into believing he's a hero.
Yep.
Truth be told, Batman is quite the villain. He's a cruel son of a... He's sadistic. He's violent. He has no problem throwing children into the mix.
Come on, Roadblock, behind your face.
Rhodes is too close a friend. No, sure, I def want to help out. Rhodes is too close a friend to help out. I think she either missed a phrase or she's saying you're too good of a friend to help out. I think she missed some spelling or I'm reading it wrong. But anyway, Batman is a twisted character.
The chat.
Huh?
I was gonna say, like, you have to clear chat.
Yeah, go over there and see what she said real quick, man.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that you just read.
But the thing about makes
we wanted to make sure there was no spell. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
the thing that truly makes Batman a villain, and this is just honest opinion, but what truly makes him a villain is the way he treats criminals.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying the scaring them part. I'm not talking about the throwing them away. I'm just saying that, for instance, the big one that we're going to throw out there is the Joker. A man who has killed thousands of people, ruined hundreds of thousands of lives. North Korea just launched a nuclear attack on Guam?
Wait, what?
Whoa. Whoa, that's heavy stuff. Whoa.
Well, let's broadcast disrupt.
Yes, suddenly Batman doesn't seem like such a villain. Holy shite. Whoa, let me... I've got to pop the news. Give me a second here, folks.
Salutes. Totes respect from Army. Salutes. We also in the Army National Guard. Neither was combat though.
Oh, jeez. Well, I truly salute any member of the branches. I'm a huge branch, and if you're a member of the branch, then you're already family to me. All right. Woo. That's some rough stuff right there, though. Woo.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I missed the Rhodes is too close a friend not to help. Okay. Guam is 2,200 miles from North Korea and is...
What?
Yeah, Jacob Bradshaw just said North Korea just launched a nuclear attack on Guam. I don't know yet. We haven't gotten any kind of official news, but taking a peek now.
Thanks, Jacob, for letting us know.
Yeah, it seems that she just found out too. I'm hoping this is, you know,
False.
yeah, I'm really hoping that, because that's some bad stuff right there. It's Hawaii, so I mean, if that's the truth, then this is pretty bad. We're still running, right? You know, just...
Yeah.
I know they were threatening to do it. I know that North Korea had threatened to bomb them, but I don't know about them actually doing it yet. I'm just double checking to make sure. You know, I don't want this to be. I can't find anything either. I'm taking a peek now. But I don't see anything popping up, and if it's going to pop up anywhere, it's going to be CNN. Last Americans rushed to North Korea ahead of the travel ban. Yeah, I don't see anything written here. I don't see anything in the news about it. So, I can't find anything on an active link. Ah. All I can find is simulated attack video on Guam. Like I said, all I heard was them talking about the possibility of North Korea trying to go to war. I didn't see anything, and I still don't see anything. So I mean, that would probably be like right now news. You know, it'd probably even be on YouTube if it was. Though, yeah, you know, just one more stop to take a peek, just to make sure, and then we'll finish this off real quick. Former CIA officer explains stunt to boot Trump from Twitter. U.S. bombers arrive in Europe. Nuclear football is a lot like a Denny's menu. Okay, skipping that. Yeah, I'm just going to double check one more time here. Check one more source real quick. I'm going to go to... I have 20 tabs open and all search engines. No, though, the only thing we have here is that they threatened it. It's threatened. In fact, to be honest with you, I'm pretty sure that if there was an assault, this phone would already be ringing. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure the base up north would be telling me. So I don't think that's happening. I think we've just had a drop bomb, or it's a possible fact that it could be happening. It could be happening right now. We don't know, but we have no news on it. So with that bit of news kind of interrupting us, just to say it out there, we're just gonna end the episode here. We're gonna come back Friday, and Friday we will have Reaper with us, hopefully, and we will be doing up on her idea is the places we would love